cool.
Weird.
We're seeing Deadpool! Oh my gosh!
Think about what you get. My sister has it. Yes. It's you.
I know.
Wintertime here at Hogsmeade Village.
Lieutenant Dane.
Hello, Forrest.
You got new legs.
Titanium alloy.
Time for my summer sizzle, cool as a cherry popsicle.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
It's happening. It's dish time. I've always wanted to do this in front of you.
Creating content that enlightens and lifts you up.
Dish, sir, dish.
Me at Splash Mountain, just pepper these in here.
Hello, everyone. This is Kermit the Frog reporting live from the final showing of Muppet Vision 3D.
Right? God, I missed our daily dishes.
Yes, indeed.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the dish!
Hey. So, let's dish.
What do you want to dish about?
Anything you guys want. This is your time.
Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun. This is The Dish, pop culture and theme parks. That's what the screen behind me says in my new The Dish newsroom. That's not real. I wish I could get the screens behind me to move like this is and like have people walking back and forth. Someday I'll figure out how to do that as well. Hello, everybody. This is an unusual day, unusual time. This was the former T3PO time slot, which I think just a lot of things are changing since the new year. So everybody that's coming in right now, thank you guys so much for coming in. Erica, if you want to join, I think you have the link to join us. You don't have to by any means. We're going to go between now and 4 p.m. for the Mr. H podcast, which I'm trying to redirect to, but I don't have the permission from him yet. So hopefully that could happen by the end of the show. But if it doesn't, we'll have somebody put the link to that podcast for the Mr. H reviews in the chat, so we can go there. Everybody can go over there at 4 p.m. I can't speak today. Anyway, yeah, it's an unusual day. So this was supposed to be last night at 7 p.m. And my energies have just all been off since the new year. And so I was not available and had to redo the show, so that we ended up in this time slot. So I apologize for anybody that kind of messes up. But we do want to cover some of the same things, some of the same stories. As a matter of fact, I need to start pulling those things up because we're going to want to get to them. And it's going to be a little bit different. Anyhow, yes, I saw that, Andrew. I saw that. I'm actually going to address this because, yeah, it's going to be. I don't have a lot of information on it yet, but we'll definitely talk about it. So, as a matter of fact, I just need to say hi to everybody that is coming into the chat right now. Guys, thank you guys for being here. As you know, you're the apple in my eye, the cream in my coffee. You get me out of my chair, you get me out of my bed. You're the energon that gets this guy to transform and roll out to be here with you.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
Yes, indeed. You are the greatest. Snorta Poopas Q Burr is here, and he says hello to everybody in Kaladin. And we've got coming in with a good evening. We've got One Punch Tolkien Man, WDW Pro Raid, because thank you guys for following me from over there to over here. For those that are coming, part of one of the discussions we had over on Pro is going to be the topic. One of the big topics for today here might be the only one that we really get to as a big story. We've got Griffin's View. I've seen all your chats coming in. Says greetings, good day. Hope. Don't mind me sneaking in and ruining the show, listening in. Yeah, no, you're good. Kaladin and Griffin View. Let me see. I'm scrolling down to find. Let's see. Strings and Pucks is here. One Punch Token Man. Snorta Poopas. Kaladin. Let's see. Let's go. Do. I'm trying to see if we got O2RR is here. O2RR, 4 little pig. This one, and pizza on the way. Pepperoni, old world pepperoni, Italian sausage, and old world sausage. You Mike. No bologna sausage on that O2RR. I'm like, I'm on a diet, man. I still have not eaten today. I probably won't eat until like 6 or 7 o'clock tonight. But I've got my wife cooked some amazing chicken, and I've got tomato soup. I've got all kinds of good things coming in on the way. TJ Magnify is here in the chat. He's hanging in there. Bruce Newhouse is here. Hello, Bruce. Howdy. MJ is here. Happy Tuesday. But for me, it was Tuesday. Erica and Raph is here. Kaladin 910, Bruce Newhouse. Let's see, we got here's a making sure I don't miss anybody along the way. If you chatted, Andrew Break saw that one. Yeah, we're going to talk about. So what he's talking about is Six Flags St. Louis is looking like some that and some other Six Flags parks might be sold to an Orlando-based company, which would be very, very interesting. I'm gonna have to probably hold off on doing the story on that until I get more information about it, but it will be interesting if it takes place. And I think that catches us up to everybody, and so now it is time to bring in some of our friends. Who are we bringing in? Well, let's see. First of all,
Afternoon, everybody.
Jeremy. I don't know. Jeremy might still be backstage. Wait, you there?
I'm here. Do you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear. Thanks for being here, even off camera. Appreciate it, because I know this is a different schedule for everybody. So appreciate you being here. How you doing, buddy?
Doing okay, man. Thank you so much. It's been kind of one of those health weeks, but through the miracle of technology, I can be a picture.
Hey, that's all we need is that you're a picture, and that is really good. And somebody just showed up from out of let me see here. Somebody just showed up from out of the past.
Doc, calm down, okay? Just calm down. It's me. It's Marty.
No, it can't be you. I sent you back to the future.
Hey, Doc, that's right, but I came back again. I came back from the future. Don't you remember last night? You fainted. I brought you home.
This can't be happening. You can't be here. It doesn't make sense for you to be here. I refuse to believe that you are here.
I say it always makes sense for you to be here, Erica. Always.
I'm glad you feel that way.
So, how you doing? You okay? You cold?
Yeah, I
I'm
just
freezing.
literally walked in the door from picking up our son from work.
Well. And how is your son? Everything good there?
Yeah, he's good. No, just doing the adulting grind like the rest of us, except he's able to save money.
Yeah. Oh boy, do I wish that was. I wish that was the case for us. And it looks like everybody's here, but. No, it's our other friend.
What up, party people?
Hello.
Hey, everybody. What you drinking, Erica?
Green tea to settle my stomach a little bit because I overate tonight.
I need some green tea. Green tea's got the catechins in it. What is it? Is it the matcha that's so the matcha green tea that's so
Potent?
Potent, yeah, potent. That's the word I was
I
looking
don't know.
for.
I've never had it really.
Matcha's pretty good.
Yeah. We definitely need some of that. We're going to have a little bit probably of a shorter show today because we're going to get everybody over to the HCast. And also I've got this is not my normal schedule. So, but you guys are used to being here because you got T3PO. This is like a T3PO place. What are you sipping on, Jeremy?
I am just having some dark roast. It's a Jamaican roast coffee pod. Just enjoying it.
Nice. We covered on the pro show for those that saw it earlier. The and this is what was his name?
Scott Adams.
Scott is he the one that passed?
Yeah, the Dilbert.
Scott Adams. Yeah, Scott Adams passing. I don't really. We really covered that on the pro show, so and I don't want to go over that again. But man, it is amazing I got to say, just amazing that Scott was podcasting just before he passed. So kudos to Scott Adams, and my condolences and prayers go out to his family. Look at everybody that's coming in. Kit Kat is here. Bruce is here. Oolong tea. A lot of people are coming in. So what is up, y'all? And Andrew, as far as the Six Flags thing, yeah, I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more. Apparently there is apparently a Six Flags St. Louis and like at least 6 other locations might be up for sale, and which might mean that it may no longer be called Six Flags after this year. So that would be a very, very interesting thing. It would be a huge revamp in the park too, because I'm assuming that they would have to break contracts with Warner Brothers, and that's it's a lot, because that's a lot of retheming of the park. My understanding that I haven't been to Six Flags since 2008, but when I was there last time, a lot of the park was DC, and there was a lot of Looney Tunes stuff, and so
aren't we just a year out from the closure of Cedar Point and Six Flags? So are they?
Yeah, so I
chucking
think Cedar Point, I think the main company, like that, they're I mean, it's the local parks are just not doing well. It's really, really hard. It's a difficult economy, and everything. I mean, 2020 really hurt so many different businesses, so it has a lot to do with that. But yeah, I would I'm sure Knott's has a lot. Kit Kat says Knott's Berry Farm has suffered since the merger. Man, it kind of stinks, because those parks are in a lot of ways the heart of America. Certainly the thing that got me to love theme parks was going to Six Flags as a kid. Before I ever went to a Disney park, it was Six Flags every year. And of course, Six Flags was my first major job when I turned 18 as a senior in high school. I was a caricature artist at Six Flags St. Louis. That happened because I had wanted to be a caricature artist, wanted to learn how to do caricatures, draw caricatures. I was sitting in my art class as a senior in high school, and this girl comes in to talk to her old teacher, my current teacher. And listening into their conversation, I learned that she was a caricature artist out at Six Flags. So I approached her and I said, "Hey, how do I get that job?" And she gave me the contact information of the guy that ran it. And I called him and set up an appointment. We went out there, and he looked over my high school art portfolio and said, "Sure, we'll hire you and we'll train you." And that's exactly what happened. So I got hired by Six Flags, got trained to do caricatures. I still know how to do caricatures to this day, made a living doing caricatures on and off for the better part of 30 years, 3 decades. It's what brought me to Florida, even doing caricatures at Gatorland. So yeah, it was, and then wasn't the following year. No, for 2 years, I worked at Six Flags as a caricature artist. It was 1990 and 91. And then in 1992, I auditioned and got in the show at Six Flags. And then that year, not only was I in the main Palace show, and then I played Batman. I was friends with Batman. I don't think we called it that. I just played Batman. The Nighttime Spectacular. It was really fun because basically it was 7 seconds of work.
I love Batman. He's my favorite DC character.
Yeah, it was, and I was playing
Batman.
Michael Keaton version of Batman. It was still 1992, so it was
good days.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was the Batman Returns costume that I was in for that. But yeah, it was great. It was me and one other guy. We're still friends this day. And I think for one day, I donned the costume of I'll say what is his name? The crow, not the crow, the rooster. What's the rooster's name? I can't think of his name.
From where again?
Foghorn Leghorn. Foghorn Leghorn. Yeah, so it was Foghorn Leghorn for a day.
I said.
What I say? What you doing? Chicken. Yeah.
So cool. I love that.
And the funniest thing about that day, my gosh, it was such a fun. So this is what happened. Oh, my baby is in the chat. Love you, baby. My beautiful wife is here. So that day, the only time that I ever got to play Foghorn Leghorn, a guy showed up at the park that I recognized through that. I could see out of the costume. He could not see in, but I recognized him from college. And I don't remember even now his name. Was like, maybe it was Scott or something, but I went up to him and I was like, what you doing there? I'll say, Scott. And he was like, who is this? Unless he sees this show and comes across it on YouTube, to this very day, he probably has no clue who that was in that costume that day. And he's probably still freaked out by it. So I think that's really, really funny. Listen here, boy. James Aldace. Listen here, boy.
Those are the best cartoons, man.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I know. I
Those were
forgot
so
about.
much fun.
Gosh, how do I forget? Those great cartoons.
Yeah.
Well, we're going on from I have let's see over here. We have hello. And well, I think that if we do this, we'll do a super chat goal of, if we get the 5 super chats, we'll have MJ take a singing request.
Oh no, we're not doing that again.
You're on now.
Oh yeah, probably sound better than on the phone. That was recorded on the phone. That was awful.
That'll be
it
funny.
might sound better today.
Let me see if I can get this up and make this show work the way it's supposed to work. So on Mondays, we always go over here. We always cover it. And so this is a carryover from the Monday show. But because it's a carryover from the Monday show, oh gosh, James All Day says, I would hate to see Netflix get their hands on Looney Tunes. Nobody wants, oh gosh, yeah, nobody wants to see Daffy Duck go by they, them. That's for sure. Yeah. All right, so we're going to start off with the numbers. We're going to talk about the box office. I haven't even looked at the weekend box office, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see as we take a look at the numbers. All right, we are taking a look at the numbers out of the numbers. And of course, it doesn't go straight to the weekend box office. It gives us the daily domestic chart, which is interesting to see that Song Sung Blue is on top of the daily domestic chart. I want to see if I can find the weekend chart. Let's go to the weekend chart. All right. Weekend domestic chart for January 9th, 2026. Avatar Fire and Ash came in at number 1, but with a loss per week of 48%, down 135 theaters, and the per theater average is still $5,811. I'm interested. Let's go to Fire and Ash's global box office. So this movie is performing different than the past Avatar movies. And what I mean by that is the worldwide box office right now is 1.2 billion. But look at that domestic. Look how low that domestic is. Guys, the domestic for Avatar is less than $343 million for an Avatar movie. And it's been out, 4 weeks now?
Yeah.
So the biggest difference in the performance of this Avatar and the past Avatars is that week after week after week, Avatar had stayed on top before, even The Way of Water. And I think I think a lot of people think the way I think, which is that I saw The Way of Water on an IMAX screen because it had been such a long time. As far as the story was concerned, I still right now cannot tell you. I think there was a fight in the end, and there were a lot of scenes. I remember a lot of scenes in Way of Water that really were reminiscent of scenes in the Titanic. Anybody else remember that?
Oh, that's just a great movie all around.
Yeah. Did you see The Way of Water, MJ?
Oh yeah.
And did you see Titanic?
Yeah.
Do you remember scenes at the end of Way of Water that were really, really similar to the scenes when the Titanic was going through?
No.
Okay, so so Way of Water, when they were going through the fight scene and they were on the ships and stuff like that, there were some very, very similar visuals to what happened when the Titanic was sinking and Jack and Rose were trying to.
Are you talking about the fighting scene in Avatar Way of Water when they were trying to like get the it's like a rod inside the big wannabe whale thing?
It was
fight scene, or?
It was at the end, toward the end of the movie. I don't and that's the problem. I don't even remember the movie that well, but there is something else that just happened. This is kind of weird, but
What? Who's there? Hello?
the ghost has showed up.
Yeah, well, I heard about wannabe whale, and I just said I want to be in that number. That sounds like a Hanna-Barbera show.
I don't know what to call it. It's like a wannabe whale. It's not a whale.
No, it's a whale from a different world.
Many aspire to whaledom, but few achieve it. Let's put it that way.
Now, I don't know if you saw the pro show, Lou, but we were talking about Star Trek, and it looked to me like there were a couple that may have achieved whaledom on that news.
I didn't see it.
Oh my gosh!
Anything interesting? I don't know.
No, not on that one. My gosh, it just Star Trek going ultra woke, I guess you'd say. Anyhow, we were talking about Avatar, and we're looking at the numbers. The domestic is really, really bad for an Avatar movie. I mean, we're sitting at 4 weeks now in release, and the domestic is only what 342 million. It's a total 1.2 billion, but it's an Avatar movie, which means it may not have made its money back yet, even at 1.2 billion.
Well, especially for Disney, because of course Cameron gets his cut off the top.
Right. It's I would say that the beginning of the 2026 box office, not starting out on a high note. But let's look at the other numbers. The other movies that are out. I have not heard of this movie. Primate was number 2. Does anybody have any clue?
Yeah, I heard about it. I heard nothing good, but
what is it? What's it about?
Oh, it's some evil ape thing eating people and biting your heads off, and I don't know. It's sort of a horror movie.
Wasn't enough.
Well, King Kong had a soul. This just has CGI.
Yeah,
but
I mean, okay, but look at this is what's so bad. That's the number 2 movie at the box office, and it only made $11 million. The Housemaid, which I think is the Sydney Sweeney film, right? It actually got more theaters, and it hit almost 11 million. Zootopia 2 is winding down with 10 million. Greenland 2, Migration, which is actually a movie that a
topical film, I'd say.
Yeah, I was. Well, I mean, this is why Trump wants to buy Greenland, because it's the only place we can all go in case of a global meltdown.
Is that it? I see.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, I think so the funny thing is Greenland 1, it starts off by me being destroyed because it like the first hit in Greenland 1 was Florida. Like it was completely destroyed. So the whole movie for me, I'm out. I'm dead. It doesn't matter for me. But yeah, it was. It's a disaster movie, kind of in the almost like a 1990s type of disaster movie. It's not to me a box office thing. I'm not going to go to the movies to see it, but I actually liked watching it on streaming. It's to me, those type of disaster movies, I'm like, I'll watch them on a Saturday afternoon when I don't have to do anything else, and it's just kind of fun. But I'm not going to take a bunch of people. So I'm not. It's not.
I remember the concept of Saturday afternoon. To me, all days are the same. But you got to remember that traditionally, other than the hangovers from Christmas hits, January, February is the dead season. It's when they dump stuff they don't care about.
Oh, this was awful. This was awful.
Did you watch it?
Well, A Pirate's Life for Me.
Oh, okay.
Yo ho.
So you have seen. Let's just say that you've seen Anaconda. Okay, we don't have to say anything else about it. What did you think of Anaconda?
It's trash. Bologna sausage, garbage. Bologna with sausage in a garbage can with Oscar the Grouch coming out and saying it's garbage.
You weren't laughing the whole time. Is that what you're saying?
This was not even. Who wrote this thing? What a waste of time.
I guess it
nothing
don't
like
want
the first one. The first one was pretty cool. At least
I guess it don't want none unless you got buns, hon. It's made $110 million worldwide. Probably is not made back profit. And I don't know. It looked like it might be funny, but man.
Well, the one thing we do have to acknowledge is that, like him or hate him, overexposed or not, Jack Black sells tickets.
He does.
He's one of the few people that still do, so there's that. So
I will say this about Jack Black, because of him playing Bowser, and he's actually, I think he's featured he's in Minecraft. He's in a lot of kids movies. Kids think he's hysterical. Kids, I mean, they yuck it up. So I don't really have, my son loves Jack Black because he only has been exposed to Jack Black in the kids movies where he's funny.
Like Kung Fu Panda. Those are great movies for kids.
Yeah, but my favorite Jack Black movie of all time is still Shallow Hal. I think it's
I love Shallow
that was
Hal.
a good one.
That's a great film. That's such a funny movie.
And of course, I am like a 1 degree of separation from Jack Black from that because I share the stage with Anthony Robbins, and Anthony Robbins is a big part of that film. So it's hilarious.
Mr. Banana Hands.
Yeah, Mr. Banana Hands. He does. I held Anthony Robbins' hands. He's got banana. He's big guy. But anyhow,
I hope it was only his hands.
I've got a picture of it. It's on X. It was on stage in front of like thousands of people. So weird. It's something that
the one thing about you, Ron, you can't hold a damn job.
100% true. I would agree with that. Absolutely.
It's Hollywood.
Hollywood, baby. Yeah. What does James All Day say? James All Day has rumor the affection section in Animal Kingdom is closing permanently. This was reported by Blog Mickey.
Is that where they breed animals?
No, it's a petting zoo. It's like
bet.
a petting zoo at Animal Kingdom.
Heavy petting zoo.
Well, no, it's just the petting zoo. It's the goats and stuff. It might be the case. I haven't looked back at Rafiki's Planet Watch for a while, but I do know that they closed the art. They closed down the art thing where they would they had a thing when you go back there you could draw.
It's called the animator's table or something like that.
Yeah, so they closed. I know they closed that, but I haven't heard of anything else.
Well, hold on, Jeremy, because behind the animators thing inside the building, that's where they take care of the animals. There's like real vets in there. But but the affection station is like a petting zoo, but that's outside where you can interact with the cows and the goats and the sheep and all that, and maybe some pigs and chickens. I haven't been to that area in a long time. You got to take a train to get over there.
It's actually the one train that stayed open while the main train was closed for such a long time.
Huh.
And I mean, the train in the Magic Kingdom was closed for a long, long time. So I used to ride the Animal Kingdom train a lot because I just liked having a train ride that I could go on.
Wait, hold on. I just remembered. Aren't they featuring Bluey and Bingo very soon? So maybe they're just revamping that area.
It's possible that they might have Bluey and Bingo. Was it there that they announced? I didn't know the location.
Yeah, the location is Rafiki's Planet Watch. Yeah, in that building. So maybe they're revamping and moving things around. Wow, I got to find out about that.
So let me get this straight. They finally get an attraction, a character that everybody loves, everybody wants, that basically is keeping any streaming service they have alive, and they put it at the end of a train ride.
That's the problem.
Isn't that going to cut down attendance rather substantially? I mean, if there was some, what amazes me, if there was something over there like a restaurant where while you're waiting or before or after the train, they could make some money or sell some merch. But as I remembered, it was strictly an animal hospital. It was interesting.
Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite parts of Animal Kingdom because there's they've got the Madagascar hissing cockroaches back there. They've got all kinds of they've got poison. They've got poisonous frogs back there. I know that sounds weird, but they have exotic insect species back there. They have foot long walking sticks that are real insects back there. It's crazy. We have to get to this real quick. Thank you so much to Go and Shogi, who has gifted 5 Follow the Bradley's Fun memberships. We appreciate that. And if you got one of those memberships, be sure and thank Go and Shogi. Let's see. We've got Andy W. Keep It the Real Original, KB 4342, and Anthony Salinardi, it looks like. And Jill got one of those memberships as well. I can't speak today, but that's beside the point. So thank you so much for that. And if you know, whenever we do this, we have a celebration. And our procedure is, whenever we celebrate here on this channel, we want you to join in. So if you are a member, if you just got one of those memberships, we've got member emojis. Put those in the chat during our celebration. And if you're not a member, celebrate with us anyway with any kind of fun emojis you want to. Let's celebrate. Yay!
I was laughing at Wild Man of Yavin. He put a Bluey and Bingo bar.
Bluey and Bingo bar. We might talk about that Bluey and Bingo bar, but first we're going to get to the main story. We talked a little bit about this on Pro, so if you were watching Pro, I'm sure you know what we are going to discuss. It's in the thumbnail. And we've got a little bit of an expert here on that with MJ. So let's get to our first story, maybe the only one. And this comes to us out of thatparkplace.com bookmark it if you haven't yet. Disney World denies. I can't believe I have to read this. Disney World denies 2-year-old transplant survivor disability access. This is by our good friend Marvin Montanaro over there at thatparkplace.com. If you saw the Pro Show earlier, I'm sure that you saw a little bit of this story, and we've got all new people to discuss it with here, and it gets so interesting when we discuss this topic. Disney keeps telling Wall Street that Walt Disney World is for everyone. But for one Ohio family traveling with a 2-year-old heart transplant survivor, the newly overhauled Disney World Disability Access Service, called the DAS, turned a milestone trip into a relentless exercise in humiliation, stress, and this is the most important part of this, medical risk. I thought it was the most magical place on earth. Instead of making things easier for a child who literally survived organ failure, Disney forced her mother, to repeatedly explain and emotionally relive her daughter's near-death experience just to access rides safely. The story, reported originally by WDW News Today, is one of the clearest examples of yet how Disney's 2024 DAS overhaul crossed the line from stopping abuse into punishing families with legitimate medical needs. So as you can see the headline here, the DAS changed. Families are paying the price. In 2024, Disney radically tightened eligibility for its DAS service, both at Disney World and Disneyland. And Disney claims that the changes were meant to prevent abuse of the system, but I've talked with a lot of guests who are upset about this. Those with serious medical conditions have since found themselves denied accommodations. We're talking about, by the way, for those that don't know, this accommodation is not even it doesn't interfere with the line. It doesn't interfere. In other words, what the accommodation is when you do get it is instead of waiting in the actual queue line, you're still waiting the same amount of time for the ride, but you're no longer waiting in the queue line. So let's say that you want to go on the ride at 3:00 and the line has an hour-long queue. Basically, the accommodation is for people who cannot be confined in that queue space for that long of a period of time, but still have to wait for the ride. So all you do is, if you have it, you say that you want to go on the ride, and then they put you in a kind of like a virtual queue and let you know when to come back. And when you come back, let's say you wanted to ride the ride at 3, but it says come back at 4. Now you've still waited that hour, but you haven't had to do it inside the queue. And when you come back, they put you in the lightning lane line. And you still have however long to wait in the lightning lane, which can still be too much for some people, because that could be 10 to 15 minutes or more sometimes in that lightning lane. So even that isn't necessarily the best situation. Guys, what do you think of them? What do you think of them denying a 2-year-old transplant patient disability access?
I think it's great, Ron. I think we should deny more 2-year-olds, the help they so dearly desire. This is terrible. This can't be real.
No, it is. This is really sad. So for those that don't know about the process, it talks about it here in That Park Place. The new process requires families to go through high pressure video calls, which, by the way, those are designed to weed out the people who need this the most. Because if you are the kind of person that might actually need this service, guess what you might not be able to do? You might not be able to have the ability to do a high pressure video call. So like I know people who, because of what a disability that they have or what challenge that they have, they could never sit on a on a Zoom call or something. They can't do it. You can't do the lines. You can't even be with people in person. How are you going to do it on Zoom? For some people, that's even worse. Anyway, this is to justify their diagnosis, rely on cast members to make case-by-case decisions, but often without medical training. And this is what happened. For Caitlin, a mother from Ohio, that system failed in the most devastating way possible. A 2-year-old who survived a heart transplant. So Caitlin's daughter, Frankie, is not a theoretical edge case. She's a toddler, a heart transplant recipient, heart transplant recipient who depends on medications, strict schedules, and protection from crowded and closed spaces to stay alive. Now, whether or not one would question whether this person should be able to come to an amusement park, that's neither here nor there. If they got to the point with her recovery that she could go to and certainly wants to go to a place like Walt Disney World, that's great that she's gotten to that point in recovery, but that doesn't necessarily mean that certain accommodations can't be made to help her out in line. And that's what Disney used to do, but they're not doing now. Caitlin described the moment her family's life was saved. 18 months ago, I stood in a hospital room and prayed for a miracle, she said. By the way, if you're a parent and you've been in this position, it's crazy. My daughter's heart was failing. We were running out of time, and the call finally came that a donor heart was available. It felt like the world stopped. We knew another family was losing everything so that ours could have a chance. That is the weight I carry every single day. In October 2025, the family took Frankie to Walt Disney World to celebrate her birthday, knowing full well that 18 months earlier, doctors weren't even sure that she would even reach it. But Disney's disability system turned that celebration into a trial. This is the process. So Disney's DAS process forced Caitlin to beg for basic safety. Before their trip, Caitlin applied for the Disability Access Service and explained Frankie's transplant, her immunosuppressed condition, and the medical requirement to avoid long waits and crowded indoor queues. This Disney trip, the one we just took, was supposed to be a celebration of survival. She said it wasn't supposed to feel like a fight, but the new Disability Access Service system turned what should have been a magical experience into a series of hurdles that no parent of a medically complex child should ever have to navigate. Disney's response to the family was blunt. This is where it gets kind of I hate reading this. According to Caitlin, the House of Mouse said, "You can wait in the regular line. If she struggles, she can leave and return later when you are closer to the front of the attraction or ask for a return time." So what they're saying is, we need to put you in danger of a medical emergency happening while you're in the line first. And then when the medical emergency happens, we'll take care of it.
Can I ask a crazy question?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember a couple months ago when they started not letting people in wheelchairs get access, like the fast lane access? And it sounded like the Disney adults were complaining that people were cheating by needing wheelchair access. Is this related? Are they just trying to make everything better for the people who complain about anyone who needs help?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen the Disney adults complain about even strollers being around them, which is ridiculous, especially at the Magic Kingdom of all places. I don't think that this is particularly exactly related to that, but it's still particularly bad. Going on in the article, obviously the suggestion was not realistic and medically dangerous. Disney allegedly wanted a 2-year-old heart transplant survivor to wait in a line and trigger a potentially dangerous situation before it would provide any meaningful medical aid.
That is disgusting.
Yeah.
Something that comes to mind. Remember when Disney used to have a policy where you were not allowed to do exactly what these cast members are encouraging these families to do? And that was a partial part of your family go in line, the other half wait, and then they would just catch up with you later. They actually deemed that a form of cutting in line. And if you were caught doing that, you would be escorted out of the park and essentially trespassed. Funny how just that's kind of changed, interestingly.
DAS is actually recommending that you have a person or persons in your party go through the line, and then when they get close to the front, right before like boarding time for the ride,
then the rest of your party catches up to you.
It's disgusting.
Once upon a time, that was deemed cutting in line, and it was against park policies.
Yes.
It's
I just find it interesting
ridiculous.
how that is now.
I don't know if you remember this, MJ, but do you remember that they actually used to have a special queue line at many attractions for those that needed assistance? That it wasn't even part of FastPass. I know this because I was with somebody in a wheelchair once, and when we wanted to go on Spaceship Earth. So Spaceship Earth, instead of going in the regular queue line, we went around the back of the attraction and entered into the area that you normally exit from. We were told by a cast member to do this. We were directed by a cast member, and that's where we actually went. And it wasn't a DAS pass or anything. It was just a we had a person with us that was in a wheelchair, and they told us this is where you go. We waited there, and it wasn't even a queue line. It was just pretty much a group of 3 or 4 people that all had wheelchairs or ECVs, and then got on the attraction from the back. And
this situation should have been like catered to. I remember a long time ago where cancer patients, children with disabilities that were going through surgical, whatever it is, they were taken care of from the moment they walked in the Magic Kingdom to the moment that they left. And that is completely out the door. This family has endured expenses from the medical treatments or whatever surgery, what they are up to. I'm sure they're up to here in debt. The last thing they would have wanted or even imagined was, hey, I got to spend more money on this trip. And like the mom even said, this is supposed to be a celebration of life. My daughter, this is a small, tiny little toddler. So she's not going to go on all the rides. She's going to do more meet and greets than anything else. So let her go to the front, make a provision for people, okay, that are immune compromised. This child is taking medicine throughout the day, okay? And she has to go probably quite frequently to the first aid center, which is located at the front of the park in most cases. So time out of her day already taking her medication. And then the rides, she's not even tall enough for the crazy stuff. She just probably wants to meet some characters, take beautiful pictures, maybe go on It's a Small World, Peter Pan, things like that. Are you kidding me? This is disgusting. Shame on Disney. And as a mother and as a human being with, issues of my own medically, we all have our weight we carry. They should do better, and
I have a couple of questions.
Like that is unlawful, interrogating the mother the way that they did over the phone or Zoom call, whatever they used.
It's like they're assuming they're lying about their 2-year-old so the parents can benefit from the DAS system. That's basically maybe how Disney was looking at it.
They rented a kid, right? I mean, come on.
A kid with special needs.
But first of all, wasn't there a period where they farmed this stuff out to some other company? Was it Disney or was it Universal or somebody? There was this period that they were.
Universal is actually doing it through a third-party system,
right? Okay.
And Universal is different because all you have to do is go to a website, upload whatever the medical situation is from the doctor, the recommendation from the doctor. They approve it, give you a card. You show that card at Universal, and that's it. It's really easy to get.
Well, because here's the part of all of it, aside from the obvious heartbreak for these people, when they mention non-medically qualified, these people that are doing the interviewing, where did they go to medical school?
We don't know.
It's a regular cast member. They don't have no medical experience.
And here's the question then. If you were a cast member and they said, hey, we want to move you over to this part where we interview the sickies and see if they're sick enough, would you take that job without like huge liability insurance?
Mm-hmm.
What if you guess wrong and somebody dies? Who are they going to go after? You're going to be John Doe number 43 in the lawsuit, gang. And Disney's going to say, well, we thought they could do the job. Sorry, too bad.
That's a great point.
And you know what?
I wouldn't take that job for all the tea in China, as they say. It's just insanely putting these people who are themselves fallible human beings.
And it's not a lot, Lou. It's not a lot of people doing the DAS interrogation video phone call, because last year when we applied twice, it was the same. They put you with the same cast member. It's a person that's just reading from a screen. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and the ultimate irony, of course, here is if she was dying of something and couldn't get a transplant or have her life saved, oh, well, then make a wish and give kids the world and all that would see to it that she had a grand old send-off, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, make a wish.
But then again, you've got those companies that are paying Disney's full prices on behalf of that family. So Disney's winning out with the money on that one. Now, I will say, if you are a real medical healthcare professional, I got to be honest with you. There is no way that Disney's going to pay what a registered nurse makes at a hospital. Disney's not going to pay what a doctor makes in any situation. So I find it very, and I mean very hard to believe that these cast members that are supposedly healthcare, whatever, they don't know. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it, because anyone in the medical profession is not working for Disney, because Disney simply doesn't pay the effing bills. Sorry.
There you go.
So even before the video call goes on, you have to electronically sign a consent, making you aware and understand that these are no way and shape in any form medical people that you're talking to. They're just cast members that are filtering through the system. Yes, absolutely.
But what that's about is HIPAA. That's about your being willing to disclose your medical information when the law says you don't have to. But they say, well, yeah, but for us you do.
Right.
And if you don't sign the waiver, then screw you.
And Marvin had the same issue. They actually told him, if you have an onset of your medical issue, then you can ask a cast member for help. So you actually have to it has to get triggered in order for you to get assistance. That's absolutely bonkers.
What if you have a panic attack disorder? Okay, so and then they tell you, okay, so get in line, and if you happen to have a panic attack, what if your panic attack disorder means that in those moments, because you're all of a sudden you don't know what's going on and you can flail, and you don't know, you're not really in control of that flailing, and you hit somebody else in line. Now Disney is endangering other guests in that queue because they put you in that line to possibly trigger an episode of the very thing that you need to be out of the line from. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, all of this comes from this ridiculous world of DEI. And how I mean that is this. We have so lessened the bar as far as what a service animal, for example, is. I got on a plane in LA. This is when I lived there, so it's over 8 years ago. And this girl sitting next to me has this dog. I happen to be very allergic. That's not good for my health. But I smiled and I said, what's the dog? Oh, he's my service animal. She thought it was so funny that the state of California gave her a pass on that, but they didn't care about me, did they? So this whole thing of, this is my service hippopotamus or my service wannabe whale or whatever
service hippo
has so lowered the bar. And then as far as these, what do they call them? Dinks, the Disney, whatever.
Double income, no kids.
Right. That are, well, how dare they have children here? We came here to enjoy ourselves, not to be cluttered by a bunch of strollers, for God's sakes. Yeah, right. Go blank yourself. That's what I say. And you don't even have to bribe me with advertising or money for me to say it.
Sorry, I was in my head. I'm now singing, I want a service hippopotamus for Christmas.
But it's so true what Erica was saying, because it's on target with the agent or the cast member or whoever I was on the video call with. That is exactly what they wanted. They wanted my family to go in the line, and then when they get close, call me, and I would make my way to the front. So that was considered completely illegal. You're breaking the rules. You could even get banned from the park.
Oh man!
Well, that was yesterday, and today it's different, and tomorrow it'll be something else. And why should you be able to plan or no?
Is that policy still in place by chance, or has it been rescinded because of all this DOS stuff?
That's true.
That's what I'd like to know, because if it hasn't been rescinded, then at what point, are you risking being trespassed for essentially no reason?
Right.
I mean, we haven't seen it happen yet, but it's just kind of crossing in the back of my mind.
But if that's the way they want to treat you and your child, please trespass me. Screw you. I'll never spend a dime here again.
Exactly. And
that's my attitude.
What I don't understand is, I mean, they really could clear this up by doing the same thing Universal is doing. Just go through a third-party system where you get clearance from the third-party system. Which the way that's done is you're uploading your medical whatever documentation to basically something it's like an AI system. It's not even a human reading it, and it gives you the thing, and then you can take. It's like it's very privately done, and you don't have to have any of that feeling of why am I face to face suffering with somebody, possibly suffering from embarrassment of having to talk about whatever it is. I mean, I just think all of those things, it's very demeaning. And I wanted to show, where do I have it?
I wanted to tell you guys something else too. So the new DAS system, quote unquote, says you have to have a cognitive disability to qualify. In other words, you got to have like something on the borderline of autism or something in that spectrum, right, for you to get approved. But on their website, if you go to the help center, guests with disabilities, there's only 3 sections to choose from: mobility, hearing, and visual. So they want to cater to people that have, they're giving you options. If you have a mobility disability, if you can't see, you can't hear, how they can accommodate you. But there's no section on their website for cognitive disability, such as autism or anything on that spectrum.
But there's inclusion. It says inclusion. They say we're inclusive, but not you.
Right.
So one of the reasons I wanted to bring this up, the 5 keys, this is the 5 key basis. This is the company's philosophy. They teach cast members this, and it used to be the 4 key basics. And one of the 4 key basics was courtesy. You can see it. It's still there. And by the way, inclusion is already part of courtesy. Like, that's just a normal part of courtesy. So it doesn't really need to be its own thing. When this came out in 2021 and I was a cast member, I was really, I'll say the word angered to be nice about it, but that's not the word I would use. But here's the problem with this. First of all, it's a lie, because we know it's a lie, because obviously they are trying to exclude more people than they ever have before. The keys were in order before, so it was safety was number 1. Then courtesy was number 2 after safety. Makes sense. Then show, then efficiency. Efficiency always went out the window at Disney, by the way. That one, it was almost pointless for it to be a key because of the lack of efficiency. But they were in order for a reason. Safety was always supposed to be the number 1. But what do we know about the parks since this 5th key of inclusion was initiated? Is that safety has gone out the window. And while inclusion should be a part of courtesy, it has almost gotten rid of courtesy. The new DAS system is about as uncourteous as anything can possibly be when you're going through your interview. And MJ talked about that, and this family experienced it. And I think it was Wildman or somebody in the chat had a question of whether Disney has addressed this. To the best of my knowledge, Disney has not addressed this particular situation yet.
And they won't.
So yeah, I mean, I could be wrong, but I haven't seen anything about it. But yeah, I'm addressing it here on top of the address that I got from the Pro Show. I think it's going to be discussed by Marvin a little bit more tomorrow, because it needs to be continually brought up. There's new audiences, new people need to see it. I would say this: if you are a family right now considering coming to Orlando on vacation and you have these type of needs, check it out with Universal first, because go through both, see what's going to happen. And you may not be able to even do anything with Disney unless you have a ticket to the park yet, that's kind of crazy. But as far as Universal is concerned, I don't know if you actually need a ticket to the park, or you just need to know when you plan on coming.
Yeah, you need to have your tickets purchased and in your reservation, like in your Universal account, like logged in already. And then you can call, and then they give you instructions on how to upload your medical stuff. And they are way more friendlier than Disney. But my advice to anybody, before we leave the subject, my advice to anybody with small children that have issues, whatever it is, there's other ways around it. If you're sick of the parks, if you can't do large crowds, just stay at the resorts. They have really good deals this year, and book a character breakfast. Your kids will love it. Go on the water taxis, enjoy your time, go to the pools. if you can, and just take it in for what it is. But yes,
well, but I can do that at pretty much any resort in the country.
That's true.
Well,
except for the characters.
Yeah,
except for the characters.
The character dining, because little ones like toddlers, like 1 and 2 and 3, they want to hug Goofy, they want to hug Mickey, they want to see Minnie, Donald, and Daisy, and everybody. But that's just my advice. If they really want that interaction and have a little bit of fun,
heck, if I was going to do that and I had a family like that, I'd go to Alani.
Oh, Alani's beautiful, but that's
I would go to. I mean, but the airfare isn't going to be much different from certain parts of the country, and I don't know. I mean, to me, when we say if I have a family with this issue, don't we all know somebody who does?
Yeah,
of course.
Don't in this day and age, don't we all? If there's somebody down the street, or somebody at our church, or somebody in our club, or at our workplace, and don't we, on behalf of them, have kind of a duty to send Disney a letter and say, I was going to come down there with my family of 4 and spend about 10 grand, but you know what? You did this to these people. I don't have that problem, thank God, but I'm not interested in supporting a company that does this. Goodbye.
Yeah. Or go to Tokyo. So
there you go.
That's the other thing. Oh, we got one more celebration ahead of us after Go and Shogi gifted those 5 Follow the Bradley's Fun memberships. Thank you. We've got Wild Men if you haven't coming in. New Bluey themed bar at Animal Kingdom. Bingo's Boozy Bingo. I love it.
The bada bing with bingo. God.
We give you one more celebration before we send you over to the H cast with culture.
I just had a thought.
Yeah.
What if when those EMTs showed up at his house for the problem that he was wearing the bear suit?
That would be awesome.
What if it wasn't?
Go and Shogi, if you could put it in the chat, link to Lou's Views. Lou, tell us about Lou's Views.
Well, Lou's Views. Yeah, I've got 3 or 4 of them ready to upload, and I just haven't done it because I've been a little sleepy, dopey, whatever those dwarves are. But Lou's Views is where I go into subjects that some of which we cover, but take them from an outside point of view. In other words, if you think something relating to Disney or Universal or the movies doesn't relate to you because you're not in that business, I'm going to show you ways that maybe it does, and maybe it'll improve your career, your small business, whatever. I also deal with food, which I'm disgustingly overqualified to deal with. Wine, travel, all of my old fart reminiscences of various things that people ask me to talk about, and generally cover the known universe in my own unique, offbeat, whatever way. And if you'd like to join in on all that, I do at least 4 a month, probably a lot more. So far, it's been up for, 2.5 months, and I've got like 11 or 12 episodes. But it's a whole $5 a month. And if that won't motivate you, think of my 98-year-old mother, who's been saying to me since I started doing this 1.5 years ago, can't you make any money at that, for God's sakes? So it's not for me, it's for Mom. Okay. And if that doesn't make you feel guilty, then nothing will, I guess.
Yes, it's
but anyway, that's the deal. And I'm a man of many experiences, and I'll share a bunch of them with you. How's that? Enough said.
Very, very good.
Lou's Views. It's Lou's Views. Someone got mad at me that day for it. They're like, it sounds too much like Blue's Clues.
Oh, well, I don't know. But I if they name a drink after me at Disney, where it better be top shelf booze and not that cheap grain alcohol stuff they put with
you
the
know
fruit
what?
juice.
They might name a drink after you. They sure do.
Jeremy, where can folks find you on the web? What are you up to?
Absolutely. Come over to Strings and Pucks. I missed yesterday's live stream, but every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. I'm doing live worship songs, and Fridays now I will be doing my live stream later in the day. Last week I did it just after 5, and so please come by for the live streams. I've got video clips. Subscribe. We want to hit 2,000 subs this year, and yeah, just come for live acoustic music.
There you go. Strings and
he's got a
Pucks.
beautiful avatar, guys. If you can, look at that avatar. Just gorgeous. Very
There you
nice.
go.
Very
I've got my mother's avatar.
That's what everybody says about you. You know, noses run in my family. But, anyway,
how about
Avatar.
Erica? Erica, where are you at? So you got something going on Friday? What's up here?
Yeah, so Raph and I started live streaming last Friday, and we're back at it this Friday, every Friday after that Park Place at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Brewed banter. So just bring your brew while we sit back and shoot the bull on what it is we've done in the week, some current events, have some laughs, you know.
And with a name like Brood Banter, I must mention this. Even if they're angry about something, you'll like them when they're angry, Brood Banter. So
we get funny
anyway.
and we get angry. My mouth gets away from me, and I guess that's kind of funny.
I hate it when my mouse gets away from me. And MJ, magically MJ.
Hello. Yes. So beautiful people can find me on that Park Place Mondays at 12 and Wednesdays at 12. And then I'm not really sure if we're going to be consistent with this one, Ron, on 3 o'clock on Tuesdays with you, but I am on Follow the Bradley's Fun. And then you can follow me on X and Instagram, but I'm trying to think. Oh, geez. Duh. I'm with Brood Banter on Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's
there
a
you
joke.
go,
Of course
Brood
I remember.
Banter on Fridays.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, check MJ Magically. I think you got, on X, on IG, on
check her Lucky Charms. She's magically delicious.
I don't know about delicious, but I'm magically everywhere.
Now, I have a redirect to an HCast, but I'm not sure if it's the correct one. So for those of you that are heading out after this, if you wanted to go over to the HCast and this doesn't redirect you, it should be the correct channel. I hope. I try to do it, Mr. H. But yes, if it doesn't direct you properly, I believe that Culture and Marvin are with Mr. H right now on Mr. H Reviews. Thank you so much for coming into this odd time. I have to kind of do some discussions and see if we do end up moving a show to this time slot or not. It's a possibility, but there's a lot of shuffling going on in the schedules right now. So I'm not 100% sure. I'm just curious about this whole spinach collection that I'm seeing.
Spinach?
Yeah, we've got a friend from the origins of Popeye in the chat with Andrew Brake. And he's telling me all about the home of Popeye the Sailor Man. This is very cool.
Popeye.
They actually have a pot pie picnic, but they changed it. Well, I ate that chicken from Popeyes the other day, and it was pretty good. I sometimes I love that chicken from Popeyes. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank everybody who's in the chat and Shogi Wild Man.
Do they have sweet potato fries? Because I am what I am.
They should. Do they have sweet potato? I was watching. You know what's really weird? Okay, the new KFC place that's called Saucy, one just opened up next near us, and they have Brussels sprouts, which I thought was such an odd thing to have on a fast food menu. But maybe they're good.
It's an odd thing to have on the planet Earth.
Hey,
They're delicious.
When they're prepared correctly, Brussels sprouts can be super good. But they have
I'm sure deep fried and coated in butter. Yeah, Jesus doesn't like Brussels sprouts.
Well, he ate like.
Are you suggesting we should be asking what would Jesus sprout?
Yes, Lou. Thank you, and help me design the bracelet because I could use the money.
I
The
think
bracelet.
culture is the right guy to ask for it. Anyway, Lou, thank you for being here. Jeremy, Strings and Pucks, Erica, MJ, everybody that joined in the chat today, and for the extra support going, Shogi Wildman and Beyond. Thank you so much for being here. We will definitely be back, I believe, tomorrow, right? Tomorrow at 2 p.m. after that Park Place. And that is the plan. So until then, thank you so much, and we will see you real soon. We're out. Ciao, everybody. Bye.
Dishes are done, man. Cleans them down to the shot.